Sola Scriptura. Sola Scriptura. Now after the death of Joshua, it happened that the children of Israel asked the Lord, saying, "Who shall go up for us against the Canaanites first to fight against them?" And the Lord said, "Judah shall go up. Behold, I have delivered the land into his hand." And Judah said to Simeon his brother, "Come up with me into my lot, that we may fight against the Canaanites, and I likewise will go with you into your lot." So Simeon went with him. And Judah went up, and the Lord delivered the Canaanites and the Perizzites into their hand. And they struck of them in Bezek 10,000 men. And they found Adonibezek in Bezek, and they fought against him, and they struck the Canaanites and the Perizzites. But Adonibezek fled, and they pursued after him, and caught him, and cut off his thumbs and his great toes. And Adonibezek said, 70 kings having their thumbs and their great toes cut off gathered their meat under my table, as I have done. So God has requited me. And they brought him to Jerusalem, and there he died. Now the children of Judah had fought against Jerusalem, and had taken it, and struck it with the edge of the sword, and set the city on fire. And afterward the children of Judah went down to fight against the Canaanites that lived in the mountain, and in the south, and in the valley. And Judah went against the Canaanites that lived in Hebron. Now the name of Hebron before was Kirjatharba. And they struck Sheshai and Diaman and Talmai. And from there he went against the inhabitants of Debir. And the name of Debir before was Kiryat Sefer. And Caleb said, "He that strikes Kiryat Sefer and takes it to him, will I give Achsah my daughter to wife." And Othniel the son of Kenaz, Caleb's younger brother, took it, and he gave him Achsah his daughter to wife. And it came to pass when she came to him, that she moved him to ask of her father a field, and she lighted off her donkey. And Caleb said to her, "What do you want?" And she said to him, "Give me a blessing, for you have given me a southland. Give me also springs of water." And Caleb gave her the upper springs and the nether springs. Sola Scriptura. Sola Scriptura. And the children of the Kenite, Moses' father-in-law, went up out of the city of palm trees with the children of Judah into the wilderness of Judah, which lies in the south of Arad. And they went and lived among the people. And Judah went with Simeon his brother, and they struck the Canaanites that inhabited Zephath, and utterly destroyed it. And the name of the city was called Hormah. Also Judah took Gaza with the region thereof, and Ashkelon with the region thereof, and Ekron with the region thereof. And the Lord was with Judah, and he drove out the inhabitants of the mountain, but could not drive out the inhabitants of the valley, because they had chariots of iron. And they gave Hebron to Caleb as Moses said, and he expelled from there the 3 sons of Anak. And the children of Benjamin did not drive out the Jebusites that inhabited Jerusalem, but the Jebusites live with the children of Benjamin in Jerusalem to this day. In the house of Joseph, they also went up against Bethel, and the Lord was with them. And the house of Joseph sent to spy out Bethel. Now the name of the city before was Luz. And the spies saw a man come out of the city, and they said to him, "Show us, we pray you, the entrance into the city, and we will show you mercy." And when he showed them the entrance into the city, they struck the city with the edge of the sword, but they let go the man and all his family. And the man went into the land of the Hittites and built a city, and called the name thereof Luz, which is the name thereof to this day. Neither did Manasseh drive out the inhabitants of Bethshean and her towns, nor Tanakh and her towns, nor the inhabitants of Dor and her towns, nor the inhabitants of Ibleam and her towns, nor the inhabitants of Megiddo and her towns, but the Canaanites would live in that land. And it came to pass, when Israel was strong, that they put the Canaanites to tribute, and did not utterly drive them out. Neither did Ephraim drive out the Canaanites that lived in Gezer, but the Canaanites lived in Gezer among them. Neither did Zebulun drive out the inhabitants of Kitron, nor the inhabitants of Nahalol, but the Canaanites lived among them and became tributaries. Neither did Asher drive out the inhabitants of Akko, nor the inhabitants of Zidon, nor of Alab, nor of Akzib, nor of Helbah, nor of Aphik, nor of Rehob. But the Asherites lived among the Canaanites, the inhabitants of the land, for they did not drive them out. Neither did Naphtali drive out the inhabitants of Beth-Shemesh, nor the inhabitants of Bethanath, but he lived among the Canaanites, the inhabitants of the land. Nevertheless, the inhabitants of Beth-Shemesh and of Bethanath became tributaries to them. And the Amorites forced the children of Dan into the mountain, for they would not allow them to come down to the valley. But the Amorites would live in Mount Hears, in Aijalon, and in Shaalbim. Yet the hand of the house of Joseph prevailed, so that they became tributaries. And the border of the Amorites was from the going up to Akrabim, from the rock and upward. And an angel of the Lord came up from Gilgal to Bochim, and said, I made you to go up out of Egypt, and have brought you to the land which I swore to your fathers. And I said, I will never break my covenant with you, and you shall make no league with the inhabitants of this land. You shall throw down their altars, but you have not obeyed my voice. Why have you done this? Wherefore I also said, I will not drive them out from before you, but they shall be as thorns in your sides, and their gods shall be a snare to you. And it happened when the angel of the Lord spoke these words to all the children of Israel, that the people lifted up their voice and wept. And they called the name of that place Bochim, and they sacrificed there to the Lord. And when Joshua had let the people go, the children of Israel went every man to his inheritance to possess the land. And the people served the Lord all the days of Joshua and all the days of the elders that outlived Joshua, who had seen all the great works of the Lord that he did for Israel. And Joshua the son of Nun, the servant of the Lord, died being 110 years old. And they buried him in the border of his inheritance in Timnath-Heres in the mount of Ephraim on the north side of the hill Gash. And also all that generation were gathered to their fathers, and there arose another generation after them, which knew not the Lord, nor yet the works which he had done for Israel. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord, and served Baalim. And they forsook the Lord God of their fathers, which brought them out of the land of Egypt, and followed other gods of the people that were round about them, and bowed themselves to them, and provoked the Lord to anger. And they forsook the Lord, and served Baal and Ashtaroth. And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, and he delivered them into the hands of plunderers that plundered them. And he sold them into the hands of their enemies round about, so that they could not any longer stand before their enemies. Wherever they went out, the hand of the Lord was against them for evil, as the Lord had said, and as the Lord had sworn to them. And they were greatly distressed. Nevertheless, the Lord raised up judges, which delivered them out of the hand of those that plundered them. And yet they would not listen to their judges, but they went a-whoring after other gods, and bowed themselves to them. They turned quickly out of the way which their fathers walked in, obeying the commandments of the Lord, but they did not so. And when the Lord raised them up judges, then the Lord was with the judge, and delivered them out of the hand of their enemies all the days of the judge. For the Lord was moved to pity because of their groanings, by reason of them that oppressed them and vexed them. And it came to pass, when the judge was dead, that they returned and corrupted themselves more than their fathers, in following other gods to serve them and to bow down to them. They ceased not from their own doings, nor from their stubborn way. And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, And he said, because that this people has transgressed my covenant, which I commanded their fathers, and has not listened to my voice, I also will not from now on drive out any from before them of the nations which Joshua left when he died, that through them I may test Israel, whether they will keep the way of the Lord, to walk therein, as their fathers did keep it or not. Therefore the Lord left those nations without driving them out hastily, neither delivered he them into the hand of Joshua. Now these are the nations which the Lord left to test Israel by them, even as many of Israel as had not known all the wars of Canaan, only that the generations of the children of Israel might know to teach them war. At the least such as before knew nothing thereof, namely 5 lords of the Philistines, and all the Canaanites, and the Sidonians, and the Hivites that lived in Mount Lebanon, from Mount Baal-Hermon to the entering in of Hamath. And they were to test Israel by them, to know whether they would listen to the commandments of the Lord, which he commanded their fathers by the hand of Moses. And the children of Israel lived among the Canaanites, Hittites, and Amorites, and Perizzites, and Hivites, and Jebusites. And they took their daughters to be their wives, and gave their daughters to their sons, and served their gods. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord, and forgot the Lord their God, and served Baalim and the groves. Therefore the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, and he sold them into the hand of Chushan-Rishathaim, king of Mesopotamia. And the children of Israel served Chushan-Rishathaim 8 years. And when the children of Israel cried to the Lord raised up a deliverer to the children of Israel, who delivered them, even Othniel the son of Kenaz, Caleb's younger brother. And the Spirit of the Lord came upon him, and he judged Israel, and went out to war. And the Lord delivered Chushan-Rishathaim, king of Mesopotamia, into his hand, and his hand prevailed against Chushan-Rishathaim. And the land had rest 40 years, and Othniel the son of Kenaz died. And the children of Israel did evil again in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord strengthened Eglon the king of Moab against Israel, because they had done evil in the sight of the Lord. And he gathered to him the children of Ammon and Amalek, and went and struck Israel, and possessed the city of palm trees. So the children of Israel served Eglon, the king of Moab, 18 years. But when the children of Israel cried to the Lord raised them up a deliverer. Ehud the son of Jerah, a Benjamite, a man left-handed, and by him the children of Israel sent a present to Eglon the king of Moab. But Ehud made him a dagger which had 2 edges of a cubit length, and he did gird it under his raiment upon his right thigh. And he brought the present to Eglon king of Moab, and Eglon was a very fat man. And when he had made an end to offer the present, he sent away the people that bore the present. But he himself turned again from the quarries that were by Gilgal, and said, I have a secret errand to you, O king. Who said, keep silence. And all that stood by him went out from him. And Ehud came to him, and he was sitting in a summer parlor which he had for himself alone. And Ehud said, I have a message from God to you. And he arose out of his seat. And Ehud put forth his left hand, and took the dagger from his right thigh, and thrust it into his belly. And the handle also went in after the blade, and the fat closed upon the blade, so that he could not draw the dagger out of his belly, and the dirt came out. Then Ehud went forth through the porch, and shut the doors of the parlor upon him, and locked them. When he was gone out, his servants came, and when they saw that, behold, the doors of the parlor were locked, they said, surely he covers his feet in his summer chamber. And they tarried till they were ashamed, and behold, he opened not the doors of the parlor. Therefore they took a key and opened them, and behold, their lord was fallen down dead on the earth. And Ehud escaped while they tarried, and passed beyond the quarries, and escaped to Sareth. And it came to pass, when he was come, that he blew a trumpet in the mountain of Ephraim, and the children of Israel went down with him from the mountain, he before them. And he said to them, follow after me, for the Lord has delivered your enemies, the Moabites, into your hand. And they went down after him, and took the fords of Jordan toward Moab, and suffered not a man to pass over. And they struck of Moab at that time about 10,000 men, all lusty and all men of valor, and there escaped not a man. So Moab was subdued that day under the hand of Israel, and the land had rest 80 years. And after him was Shamgar the son of Anath, which struck of the Philistines 600 men with an ox goad, and he also delivered Israel. And the children of Israel again did evil in the sight of the Lord when Ehud was dead. And the Lord delivered them into the hand of Jabin king of Canaan, that reigned in Hazor, the captain of whose army was Sisera, which lived in Harosheth of the Gentiles. And the children of Israel cried to the Lord, for he had 900 chariots of iron. In 20 years he mightily oppressed the children of Israel. And Deborah, a prophetess, the wife of Lapidoth, she judged Israel at that time. And she lived walked under the palm tree of Deborah, between Ramah and Bethel in Mount Ephraim, and the children of Israel came up to her for judgment. And she sent and called Barak the son of Abinoam out of Kadesh Naphtali, and said to him, Has not the Lord God of Israel commanded, saying, Go and draw toward Mount Tabor, and take with you 10,000 men of the children of Naphtali and of the children of Zebulun? And I will draw to you to the river Kishon Sisera, the captain of Jabin's army, with his chariots and his multitude, and I will deliver him into your hand. And Barak said to her, If you will go with me, then I will go, but if you will not go with me, then I will not go. And she said, I will surely go with you, notwithstanding the journey that you take shall not be for your honor, for the Lord shall deliver Sisera into the hand of a woman. And Deborah arose and went with Barak to Kadesh. And Barak called Zebulun and Naphtali to Kadesh, and he went up with 10,000 men at his feet, and Deborah went up with him. Now Heber the Kenite, which was of the children of Hobab, the father-in-law of Moses, had severed himself from the Kenites, and pitched his tent to the plain of Zananim, which is by Kadesh. And they showed Sisera that Barak the son of Abinoam was gone up to Mount Tabor. And Sisera gathered together all his chariots, even 900 chariots of iron, and all the people that were with him, from Harosheth of the Gentiles to the river of Kishon. And Deborah said to Barak, Up, for this is the day in which the Lord has delivered Sisera into your hand. Has not the Lord gone out before you? So Barak went down from Mount Tabor, and 10,000 men after him. And the Lord confused Sisera and all his chariots and all his army with the edge of the sword before Barak, so that Sisera lighted down off his chariot and fled away on his feet. But Barak pursued after the chariots and after the army to Harosheth of the Gentiles, and all the army of Sisera fell upon the edge of the sword, and there was not a man left. However, Sisera fled away on his feet to the tent of Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite, for there was peace between Jabin the king of Hazor and the house of Heber the Kenite. And Jael went out to meet Sisera and said to him, Turn in, my lord, turn into me, fear not. And when he had turned into her into the tent, she covered him with a mantle. And he said to her, Give me, I pray you, a little water to drink, for I am thirsty. And she opened a bottle of milk and gave him drink, and covered him. Again he said to her, Stand in the door of the tent, and it shall be when any man comes and asks you, and says, Is there any man here, that you shall say no? And Jael, Heber's wife, took a nail of the tent and took a hammer in her hand, and went softly to him and struck the nail into his temples and fastened it into the ground. For for he was fast asleep and weary, so he died. And behold, as Barak pursued Sisera, Jael came out to meet him and said to him, "Come and I will show you the man whom you seek." And when he came into her tent, behold, Sisera lay dead, and the nail was in his temples. So God subdued on that day Jabin the king of Canaan before the children of Israel. And the hand of the children of Israel prospered and prevailed against Jabin, the king of Canaan, until they had destroyed Jabin, king of Canaan. Then sang Deborah and Barak, the son of Abinoam, on that day, saying, "Praise the Lord for the avenging of Israel." When the people willingly offered themselves. Hear, O you kings, give ear, O you princes. I will sing to the Lord, I will sing praise to the Lord God of Israel. Lord, when you went out of Seir, when you marched out of the field of Edom, the earth trembled and the heavens dropped, the clouds also dropped water. The mountains melted from before the Lord, even that Sinai from before the Lord, God of Israel. In the days of Shamgar, the son of Anath, in the days of Jael, the highways were unoccupied, and the travelers walked through byways. The inhabitants of the villages ceased, they ceased in Israel, until that I, Deborah, arose, that I arose, a mother in Israel. They chose new gods, then was war in the gates. Was there a shield or spear seen among 40,000 in Israel? My heart is toward the governors of Israel, that offered themselves willingly among the people. Praise the Lord. Speak, you that ride on white donkeys, you that sit in judgment and walk by the way. They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water, there shall they tell of the righteous acts of the Lord, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates. Awake, awake, Deborah, awake, awake, utter a song, arise, Barak, and lead your captivity captive, you, son of Abinoam. Then he made him that remains have dominion over the nobles among the people. The Lord made me have dominion over the mighty. Out of Ephraim was there a root of them against Amalek. After you, Benjamin, among your people. Out of Machir came down governors, and out of Zebulun they that handle the pen of the writer. And the princes of Issachar were with Deborah, even Issachar and also Barak. He was sent on foot into the valley for the divisions of Reuben. There were great thoughts of heart. Why did you remain among the sheepfolds to hear the bleatings of the flocks? For the divisions of Reuben, there were great searchings of heart. stayed beyond Jordan? And why did Dan remain in ships? Asher continued on the seashore and stayed in his breeches. Zebulun and Naphtali were a people that risked their lives to the death in the high places of the field. The kings came and fought, then fought the kings of Canaan in Taanach by the waters of Megiddo. They took no gain of money. They fought from heaven. The stars in their courses fought against Sisera. The river of Kishon swept them away, that ancient river. The river Kishon, oh my soul, you have trodden down strength. Then were the horse hoofs broken by the means of the prancings of their mighty ones. Curse Meroz, said the angel of the Lord, curse bitterly the inhabitants thereof, because they came not to the help of the Lord, to the help of the Lord against the mighty. Blessed above women shall Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite, be. Blessed shall she be above women in the tent. He asked water, and she gave him milk. She brought forth butter in a lordly dish. She put her hand to the nail, and her right hand to the workman's hammer. And with the hammer she struck Sisera. She struck off his head when she had pierced, and struck through his temples. At her feet he bowed, he fell. He lay down at her feet, he bowed, he fell. Where he bowed, there he fell down dead. The mother of Sisera looked out at a window and cried through the lattice, why is his chariot so long in coming? Why tarry the wheels of his chariots? Her wise ladies answered her, yes. She returned, answered to herself, have they not sped? Have they not divided the prey, to every man a damsel or two? To Sisera a prey of diverse colors, a prey of diverse colors, of needlework, of diverse colors, of needlework on both sides, meet for the necks of them that take the spoil. So let all your enemies perish, O Lord, but let them that love him be as the sun when he goes forth in his might. And the land had rest 40 years. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord. And the Lord delivered them into the hand of Midian 7 years. And the hand of Midian prevailed against Israel. And because of the Midianites, the children of Israel made them the dens, which are in the mountains, and caves and strongholds. And so it was when Israel had sown, that the Midianites came up, and the Amalekites, and the children of the east, even they came up against them, and they encamped against them, and destroyed the increase of the earth, till ye come to Gaza, and left no sustenance for Israel, neither sheep nor ox nor donkey. For they came up with their cattle and their tents, and they came as locusts for multitude, for both they and their camels were without number. And they entered into the land to destroy it. And Israel was greatly impoverished because of the Midianites. And the children of Israel cried to the Lord. And it came to pass, when the children of Israel cried to the Lord because of the Midianites, the Lord sent a prophet to the children of Israel, which said to them, Thus says the Lord God of Israel, I brought you up from Egypt, and brought you forth out of the house of bondage. And I delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians, and out of the hand of all that oppressed you, and drove them out from before you, and gave you their land. And I said to you, I am the Lord your God. Fear not the gods of the Amorites, in whose land you dwell. But you have not obeyed my voice. And there came an angel of the Lord, and sat under an oak which was in Ophrah, that belonged to Joash the Abiezrite. And his son Gideon threshed wheat by the winepress, to hide it from the Midianites. And the angel of the Lord appeared to him, and said to him, The Lord is with you, you mighty man of valor. And Gideon said to him, O my Lord, if the Lord is with us, why then has all this happened to us? And where are all his miracles which our fathers told us of, saying, Did not the Lord bring us up from Egypt? But now the Lord has forsaken us, and delivered us into the hands of the Midianites. And the Lord looked on him, and said, Go in this your might, and you shall save Israel from the hand of the Midianites. Have I not sent you? And he said to him, O my Lord, with what shall I save Israel? Behold, my family is poor in Manasseh, and I am the least in my father's house. And the Lord said to him, Surely I will be with you, and you shall strike the Midianites as one man. And he said to him, If now I have found grace in your sight, then show me a sign that you talk with me. Depart not from here, I pray you, until I come to you, and bring my present and set it before you. And he said, I will wait until you come again. And Gideon went in and made ready a kid, and unleavened cakes of an ephah of flour. The flesh he put in a basket, and he put the broth in a pot, and brought it out to him under the oak, and presented it. And the angel of God said to him, Take the flesh and the unleavened cakes, and lay them upon this rock, and pour out the broth. And he did so. Then the angel of the Lord put forth the end of the staff that was in his hand, and touched the flesh and the unleavened cakes. And there rose up fire out of the rock, and consumed the flesh and the unleavened cakes. Then the angel of the Lord departed out of his sight. And when Gideon perceived that he was an angel of the Lord, Gideon said, Alas, O Lord God, for because I have seen an angel of the Lord face to face. And the Lord said to him, Peace be to you, fear not, you shall not die. Then Gideon built built an altar there to the Lord and called it Jehovah Shalom. To this day it is yet in Ophrah of the Abiezrites. And it happened the same night that the Lord said to him, take your father's young bull, even the second bull of 7 years old, and throw down the altar of Baal that your father has, and cut down the grove that is by it, and build an altar to the Lord your God upon the top of this rock in the ordered place. And take the second bull and offer a burnt sacrifice with the wood of the grove, which you shall cut down. Then Gideon took 10 men of his servants and did as the Lord had said to him. And so it was, because he feared his father's household and the men of the city, that he could not do it by day, that he did it by night. And when the men of the city arose early in the morning, behold, the altar of Baal was cast down, and the grove was cut down that was by it, and the second bull was offered upon the altar that was built. And they said to one another, who has done this thing? And when they inquired and asked, they said, Gideon the son of Joash has done this thing. Then the men of the city said to Joash, bring out your son that he may die, because he has cast down the altar of Baal, and because he has cut down the grove that was by it. And Joash said to all that stood against him, will you plead for Baal? Will you save him? He that will plead for him, let him be put to death while it is yet morning. If he be a god, let him plead for himself, because one has cast down his altar. Therefore on that day he called him Jerubbaal, saying, let Baal plead against him, because he has thrown down his altar. Then all the Midianites and the Amalekites and the children of the east were gathered together, and went over and pitched in the valley of Jezreel. But the Spirit of the Lord came upon Gideon, and he blew a trumpet, and Abiezer was gathered after him. And he sent messengers throughout all Manasseh, who also was gathered after him. And he sent messengers to Asher and to Zebulun and to Naphtali, and they came up to meet them. And Gideon said to God, if you will save Israel by my hand, as you have said, behold, I will put a fleece of wool in the floor, and if the dew be on the fleece only, and it be dry upon all the earth beside, then shall I know that you will save Israel by my hand, as you have said. And it was so, for he rose up early on the morrow, and thrust the fleece together, and wrung the dew out of the fleece, a bowl full of water. And Gideon said to God, let not your anger be hot against me, and I will speak. But this once let me prove, I pray you. But this once with the fleece, let it now be dry only upon the fleece, and upon all the ground let there be dew. And And God did so that night, for it was dry upon the fleece only, and there was dew on all the ground. Then Jerubbaal, who was Gideon, and all the people that were with him rose up early, and pitched beside the well of Harod, so that the host of the Midianites were on the north side of them, by the hill of Moreh in the valley. And the Lord said to Gideon, the people that are with you are too many for me to give the Midianites into their hands, in case Israel boast themselves against me, saying, my own hand has saved me. Now therefore go to proclaim in the ears of the people, saying, whoever is fearful and afraid, let him return and depart early from Mount Gilead. And there returned of the people 22,000, and there remained 10,000. And the Lord said to Gideon, the people are yet too many, bring them down to the water, and I will test them for you there. And it shall be that of whom I say to you, this shall go with you, the same shall go with you. And of whomsoever I say to you, this shall not go with you, the same shall not go. So he brought down the people to the water, and the Lord said to Gideon, everyone that laps of the water with his tongue as a dog laps him, shall you set by himself likewise. Everyone that bows down upon his knees to drink. And the number of them that lapped, putting their hand to their mouth, were 300 men. But all the rest of the people bowed down upon their knees to drink water. And the Lord said to Gideon, by the 300 men that lapped will I save you, and deliver the Midianites into your hand, and let all the other people go, every man to his place. So the people took food in their hand and their trumpets, and he sent all the rest of Israel, every man to his tent, and retained those 300 men. And the host of Midian was beneath him in the valley. And it happened the same night that the Lord said to him, arise, get you down to the host, for I have delivered it into your hand. But if you fear to go down, go you with Phurah, your servant, down to the host. And you shall hear what they say, and afterward shall your hands be strengthened to go down to the host. Then went he down with Phurah, his servant, to the outside of the armed men that were in the host. And the Midianites and the Amalekites and all the children of the east lay along in the valley like locusts for multitude, and their camels were without number as the sand by the seaside for multitude. And when Gideon was come, behold, there was a man that told a dream to his fellow, and said, Behold, I dreamed a dream, and lo, a cake of barley bread tumbled into the host of Midian, and came to a tent and struck it, that it fell and overturned it, that the tent lay along. And his fellow answered and said, This is nothing else save the sword of Gideon, the son of Joash, man of Israel, for into his hand has God delivered Midian and all the host. And it was so, when Gideon heard the telling of the dream and the interpretation thereof, that he worshipped and returned into the host of Israel, and said, Arise, for the Lord has delivered into your hand the host of Midian. And he divided the 300 men into 3 companies, and he put a trumpet in every man's hand, with empty pitchers and lamps within the pitchers. And he said to them, Look on me, and do likewise, and behold, when I come to the outside of the camp, it shall be that, as I do, so shall you do. When I blow with the trumpet, I and all that are with me, then blow you the trumpets also on every side of all the camp, and say, The sword of the Lord and of Gideon. So Gideon and the 100 men that were with him came to the outside of the camp in the beginning of the middle watch, and they had but newly set the watch. And they blew the trumpets and broke the pitchers that were in their hands. And the 3 companies blew the trumpets and broke the pitchers, and held the torches in their left hands and the trumpets in their right hands to blow with them. And they cried, The sword of the Lord and of Gideon. And they stood every man in his place round about the camp, and all the army ran and cried and fled. And the 300 blew the trumpets, and the Lord set every man's sword against his fellow, even throughout all the army. And the army fled to Bethshittah in Zererath, into the border of Abel-Meholah to Tabbath. And the men of Israel gathered themselves together out of Naphtali, and out of Asher, and out of all Manasseh, and pursued after the Midianites. And Gideon sent messengers throughout all Mount Ephraim, saying, Come down against the Midianites, and take before them the waters to Beth-barah and Jordan. Then all the men of Ephraim gathered themselves together, and took the waters to Beth-barah and Jordan. And they took 2 princes of the Midianites, Oreb and Zeb, and they killed Oreb upon the rock. Oreb and Zeb they killed at the winepress of Zeb, and pursued Midian, and brought the heads of Oreb and Zeb to Gideon on the other side Jordan. And the men of Ephraim said to him, Why have you served us thus that you called us not when you went to fight with the Midianites? And they did chide with him sharply. And he said to them, what have I done now in comparison of you? Is not the gleaning of the grapes of Ephraim better than the vintage of Abiezer? God has delivered into your hands the princes of Midian, Oreb, and Zeb. And what was I able to do in comparison of you? Then their anger was abated toward him when he had said that. And Gideon came to Jordan and passed over, he and the 300 men that were with him, faint yet pursuing them. And he said to the men of Succoth, give, I pray you, loaves of bread to the people that follow me, for they are faint, and I am pursuing after Zebah and Zalmunna, kings of Midian. And the princes of Succoth said, are the hands of Zebah and Zalmunna now in your hand, that we should give bread to your army? And Gideon said, therefore, when the Lord has delivered Zebah and Zalmunna into my hand, then I will tear your flesh with the thorns of the wilderness and with briars. And he went up from there to Penuel and spoke to them likewise. And the men of Penuel answered him, as the men of Succoth had answered him. And he spoke also to the men of Penuel, saying, when I come again in peace, I will break down this tower. Now Zebah and Zalmunna were in Karkor, and their host with them about 15,000 men, all that were left of all the hosts of the children of the east. For there fell 120,000 men that drew sword. And Gideon went up by the way of them that lived in tents on the east of Nobah and Jogbehah, and struck the host, for the host was secure. And when Zebah and Zalmunna fled, he pursued after them, and took the 2 kings of Midian, Zebah and Zalmunna, and discomfited all the host. And Gideon the son of Joash returned from battle before the sun was up, and caught a young man of the men of Succoth, and inquired of him. And he described to him the princes of Succoth, and the elders thereof, even 77 men. And he came to the men of Succoth and said, behold, Zebah and Zalmunna, with whom you did upbraid me, saying, are the hands of Zebah and Zalmunna now in your hand, that we should give bread to your men that are weary? And he took the elders of the city and thorns of the wilderness and briars, and with them he taught the men of Succoth. And he beat down the tower of Penuel and killed the men of the city. Then said he to Zebah and Zalmunna, what manner of men were they whom you killed at Tabor? And they answered, as you are, so were they. Each one resembled the children of a king. And he said, they were my brothers, even the sons of my mother. As the Lord lives, if you would save them alive, I would not kill you. And he said, together his firstborn up and kill them. But the youth drew not his sword, for he feared, because he was yet a youth. Then Zebah and Zalmunna said, rise, you you and fall upon us. For as the man is, so is his strength. And Gideon arose and killed Zebah and Zalmunna, and took away the ornaments that were on their camels' necks. Then the men of Israel said to Gideon, "Rule you over us both, you and your son, and your son's son. Also for you have delivered us from the hand of Midian." And Gideon said to them, "I will not rule over you, neither shall my son rule over you. The Lord shall rule over you." And Gideon said to them, "I would desire a request of you, that you would give me every man the earrings of his prey." For they had golden earrings, because they were Ishmaelites. And they answered, "We will willingly give them." And they spread a garment and did cast in it every man the earrings of his prey. And the weight of the golden earrings that he requested was 1,700 shekels of gold, beside ornaments and collars and purple clothes that was on the kings of Midian, and beside the chains that were about their camels' necks. And Gideon made an ephod of it and put it in a city, even in Ophrah. And all Israel went there, unfaithful after it, which thing became a snare to Gideon and to his house. Thus was Midian subdued before the children of Israel, so that they lifted up their heads no more. And the country was in quietness 40 years in the days of Gideon. And Jerubbaal the son of Joash went and lived in his own house. And Gideon the 70 sons of his body begotten, for he had many wives. And his concubine that was in Shechem, she also bore him a son, whose name he called Abimelech. And Gideon the son of Joash died in a good old age, and was buried in the tomb of Joash his father in Ophrah of the Abizrites. And it happened as soon as Gideon was dead, that the children of Israel turned again and went unfaithful after Baalam, and made Baal-berith their god. And the children of Israel remembered not the Lord their God, who had delivered them out of the hands of all their enemies on every side. Neither showed they kindness to the house of Jerubbaal, namely Gideon, according to all the goodness which he had showed to Israel. And Abimelech, the son of Jerubbaal, went to Shechem to his mother's brothers, and communed with them and with all the family of the house of his mother's father, saying, "Speak, I pray you, in the ears of all the men of Shechem, whether is better for you, either that all the sons of Jerubbaal, which are 70 persons, reign over you, or that one reign over you. Remember also that I am your bone and your flesh." And his mother's brothers spoke of him in the ears of all the men of Shechem all these words, and their hearts inclined to follow Abimelech, for they said, he is our brother. And they gave him 70 pieces of silver out of the house of Balberith, with which Abimelech hired vain and light persons which followed him. And he went to his father's house at Ophrah and killed his brothers, the sons of Jerubbaal, being 70 persons upon one stone. Notwithstanding yet Jotham, the youngest son of Jerubbaal, was left, for he hid himself. And all the men of Shechem gathered together, and all the house of Millo, and went and made Abimelech king by the plain of the pillar that was in Shechem. And when they told it to Jotham, he went and stood in the top of Mount Gerizim, and lifted up his voice and cried and said to them, "Listen to me, you men of Shechem, that God may listen to you." The trees went forth on a time to anoint a king over them, and they said to the olive tree, "Reign you over us." But the olive tree said to them, "Should I leave my fatness, with which by me they honor God and man, and go to be promoted over the trees?" And the trees said to the fig tree, "Come you and reign over us." But the fig tree said to them, "Should I forsake my sweetness and my good fruit, and go to be promoted over the trees?" And said the trees to the vine, "Come you and reign over us." And the vine said to them, "Should I leave my wine which cheers God and man, and go to be promoted over the trees?" Then said all the trees to the thorn bush, "Come you and reign over us." And the thorn bush said to the trees, "If in truth you anoint me king over you, then come and put your trust in my shadow. And if not, let fire come out of the thorn bush, and devour the cedars of Lebanon." Now therefore, if you have done truly and sincerely in that you have made Abimelech king, and if you have treated well with Jerubbaal and his house, and have done to him according to the deserving of his hands, for my father fought for you and risked his life far, and delivered you out of the hand of Midian. And you are risen up against my father's house this day, and have killed his sons, 70 persons upon one stone, and have made Abimelech, the son of a servant girl, king over the men of Shechem, because he is your brother. If you then have dealt truly and sincerely with Jerubbaal and with his house this day, then rejoice you in Abimelech, and let him also rejoice in you. But if not, let fire come out from Abimelech, and devour the men of Shechem and the house of Millo. And let fire come out from the men of Shechem and from the house of Millo, and devour Abimelech. And Jotham ran away and fled, and went to Beer, and lived there for fear of Abimelech his brother, when Abimelech had reigned 3 years over Israel. Then God sent an evil spirit between Abimelech and the men of Shechem, and the men of Shechem treated Abimelech treacherously, that the cruelty done to the 70 sons of Jerubbaal might come, and their blood be laid upon Abimelech their brother, which killed them, and upon the men of Shechem, which aided him in the killing of his brothers. And the men of Shechem set liars in wait for him in the top of the mountains, and they robbed all that came along that way by them. And it was told Abimelech. And Gaal the son of Ebed came with his brothers and went to Shechem. And the men of Shechem put their confidence in him. And they went out into the fields and gathered their vineyards and trod the grapes and made merry, and went into the house of their God and did eat and drink and cursed Abimelech. And Gaal the son of Ebed said, Who is Abimelech and who is Shechem, that we should serve him? Is not he the son of Jerubbaal? And Zebul his officer served the men of Hamor, the father of Shechem, for why should we serve him? And would to God this people were under my hand, then would I remove Abimelech. And he said to Abimelech, Increase your army and come out. And when Zebul, the ruler of the city, heard the words of Gaal the son of Ebed, his anger was kindled. And he sent messengers to Abimelech privately, saying, Behold, Gaal the son of Ebed and his brothers are come to Shechem, and behold, they fortify the city against you. Now therefore arise by night, you and the people that are with you, and lie in wait in the field. And it shall be that in the morning, as soon as the sun is up, you shall rise early and set upon the city. And behold, when he and the people that are with him come out against you, then may you do to them as you shall find occasion. And Abimelech rose up, and all the people that were with him by night, and they laid wait against Shechem in 4 companies. And Gaal the son of Ebed went out and stood in the entering of the gate of the city. And Abimelech rose up, and the people that were with him, from lying in wait. And when Gaal saw the people, he said to Zebul, Behold, there come people down from the top of the mountains. And Zebul said to him, You see the shadow of the mountains, as if they were men. And Gaal spoke again and said, See, there come people down by the middle of the land, and another company come along by the plain of Meoninnim. Then said Zebul to him, "Where is now your mouth with which you said, 'Who is Abimelech that we should serve him?' Is not this the people that ye have despised? Go out, I pray you now, and fight with them." And Gaal went out before the men of Shechem, and fought with Abimelech. And Abimelech chased him, and he fled before him, and many were overthrown and wounded, even to the entering of the gate. And Abimelech lived at Arumah, and Zebul thrust out Gaal and his brothers, that they should not live in Shechem. And it came to pass on the next day that the people went out into the field, and they told Abimelech. And he took the people and divided them into 3 companies, and laid wait in the field, and looked, and behold, the people were come forth out of the city. And he rose up against them, and struck them. And Abimelech and the company that was with him rushed forward, and stood in the entering of the gate of the city. And the 2 other companies ran upon all the people that were in the fields, and killed them. And Abimelech fought against the city all that day. And he took the city, and killed the people that were therein, and beat down the city, and sowed it with salt. And when all the men of the tower of Shechem heard that they entered into a stronghold of the house of the god Berith, and it was told Abimelech that all the men of the tower of Shechem were gathered together. And Abimelech got him up to Mount Zalmon, he and all the people that were with him. And Abimelech took an axe in his hand, and cut down a bough from the trees, and took it and laid it on his shoulder, and said to the people that were with him, "What you have seen me do, make haste and do as I have done." And all the people likewise cut down every man his bough, and followed Abimelech, and put them to the stronghold, and set the stronghold on fire upon them, so that all the men of the tower of Shechem died, also about 1,000 men and women. Then went Abimelech to the Bez, and encamped against the Bez, and took it. But there was a strong tower within the city, and there fled all the men and women, and all they of the city, and shut it to them, and got them up to the top of the tower. And Abimelech came to the tower, and fought against it, and went hard to the door of the tower, to burn it with fire. And a certain woman cast a piece of a millstone upon Abimelech's head, and all to broke his skull. Then he called hastily to the young man, his armor-bearer, and said to him, "Draw your sword and kill me, that men say not of me, a woman killed him." And his young man thrust him through, and he died. And when the men of Israel saw that Abimelech was dead, they departed every man to his place. Thus God rendered the wickedness of Abimelech, which he did to his father, in killing his 70 brothers. And all the evil of the men of Shechem did God render upon their heads, and upon them came the curse of Jotham. the son of Jerubbaal. And after Abimelech, there arose to defend Israel Tola, the son of Puah, the son of Dodo, a man of Issachar, and he lived in Shamir in Mount Ephraim. And he judged Israel 23 years, and died and was buried in Shamir. And after him arose Jair, a Gileadite, and judged Israel 22 years. And he had 30 sons that rode on 30 donkey colts, and they had 30 cities, which are called Havoth Jair to this day, which are in the land of Gilead. And Jair died, and was buried in Camon. And the children of Israel did evil again in the sight of the Lord, and served Baalim and Ashtaroth, and the gods of Syria, and the gods of Zidon, and the gods of Moab, and the gods of the children of Ammon, and the gods of the Philistines, and abandoned the Lord, and served not him. And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, and he sold them into the hands of the Philistines, and into the hands of the children of Ammon. And that year they harassed and oppressed the children of Israel 18 years. All the children of Israel that were on the other side Jordan, in the land of the Amorites, which is in Gilead. Moreover, the children of Ammon passed over Jordan to fight also against Judah, and against Benjamin, and against the house of Ephraim, so that Israel was very distressed. And the children of Israel cried to the Lord, saying, We have sinned against you, because we have forsaken our God, and also served Baalim. And the Lord said to the children of Israel, Did not I deliver you from the Egyptians, and from the Amorites, from the children of Ammon, and from the Philistines? The Zidonians also, and the Amalekites, and the Maonites did oppress you. And you cried to me, and I delivered you out of their hand. Yet you have forsaken me and served other gods, therefore I will deliver you no more. Go and cry to the gods which you have chosen, let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation. And the children of Israel said to the Lord, We have sinned, do you to us whatever seems good to you, deliver us only, we pray you this day. And they put away the strange gods from among them, and served the Lord, and his soul was grieved. for the misery of Israel. Then the children of Ammon were gathered together and encamped in Gilead. And the children of Israel assembled themselves together and encamped in Mizpeh. And the people and princes of Gilead said one to another, "What man is he that will begin to fight against the children of Ammon? He shall be head over all the inhabitants of Gilead." Now Jephthah the Gileadite was a mighty man of valor, and he was the son of a prostitute. And Gilead fathered Jephthah, and Gilead's wife bore him sons. And his wife's sons grew up, and they thrust out Jephthah and said to him, "You shall not inherit in our father's house, for you are the son of a strange woman." Then Jephthah fled from his brothers and lived in the land of Tob. And there were gathered vain men to Jephthah and went out with him. And it came to pass in process of time that the children of Ammon made war against Israel. And it was so that when the children of Ammon made war against Israel, the elders of Gilead went to fetch Jephthah out of the land of Tob. And they said to Jephthah, "Come and be our captain, that we may fight with the children of Ammon." And Jephthah said to the elders of Gilead, "Did not you hate me and expel me out of my father's house? And why are you come to me now when you are in distress?" And the elders of Gilead said to Jephthah, "Therefore we turn again to you now, that you may go with us and fight against the children of Ammon, and be our head over all the inhabitants of Gilead." And Jephthah said to the elders of Gilead, "If you bring me home again to fight against the children of Ammon, and the Lord deliver them before me, shall I be your head?" And the elders of Gilead said to Jephthah, "The Lord be witness between us, if we do not so according to your words." Then Jephthah went with the elders of Gilead, and the people made him head and captain over them. And Jephthah uttered all his words before the Lord in Mizpeh. And Jephthah sent messengers to the king of the children of Ammon, saying, "What have you to do with me that you are come against me to fight in my land?" And the king of the children of Ammon answered to the messengers of Jephthah, "Because Israel took away my land when they came up out of Egypt from Arnon, even to Jabbok and to Jordan. Now therefore restore those lands again peaceably." Jephthah sent messengers again to the king of the children of Ammon, and said to him, Thus says Jephthah, Israel took not away the land of Moab, nor the land of the children of Ammon. But when Israel came up from Egypt and walked through the wilderness to the Red Sea, and came to Kadesh, then Israel sent messengers to the king of Edom, saying, I pray you let me pass through your land. But the king of Edom would not listen to it. And in like manner they sent to the king of Moab, but he would not consent, and Israel stayed in Kadesh. Then they went along through the wilderness, and went around the land of Edom and the land of Moab, and came by the east side of the land of Moab, and pitched on the other side of Arnon, but came not within the border of Moab, for Arnon was the border of Moab. And Israel sent messengers to Sihon, king of the Amorites, the king of Heshbon. And Israel said to him, Let us pass, we pray you, through your land into my place. But Sihon trusted not Israel to pass through his coast. But Sihon gathered all his people together, and pitched in Jahaz, and fought against Israel. And the Lord God of Israel delivered Sihon and all his people into the hand of Israel, and they struck them. So Israel possessed all the land of the Amorites, the inhabitants of that country. And they possessed all the coasts of the Amorites, from Arnon even to Jabbok, and from the wilderness even to Jordan. So now the Lord God of Israel has dispossessed the Amorites from before his people Israel. And should you possess it, will not you possess that which Chemosh your God gives you to possess? So whomever the Lord our God shall drive out from before us, them will we possess. And now are you anything better than Balak the son of Zippor, king of Moab? Did he ever strive against Israel, or did he ever fight against them? While Israel lived in Heshbon and her towns, and in Aroer and her towns, and in all the cities that be along by the coast of Arnon 300 years. Why therefore did you not recover them within that time? Therefore I have not sinned against you, but you do me wrong to war against me. The Lord the judge be judge this day between the children of Israel and the children of Ammon. However, the king of the children of Ammon listened not to the words of Jephthah, which he sent him. Then the Spirit of the Lord came upon Jephthah, and he passed over Gilead and Manasseh, and passed over Mizpeh of Gilead. And from Mizpeh of Gilead he passed over to the children of Ammon. And Jephthah vowed a vow to the Lord, and said, If you shall without fail deliver the children of Ammon into my hands, then it shall be that whatever comes forth of the doors of my house to meet me when I return in peace from the children of Ammon shall surely be the Lord's, and I will offer it up for a burnt offering. So Jephthah passed over to the children of Ammon to fight against them, and the Lord delivered them into his hands. And he struck them from a rower even until you come to Minnith, even 20 cities, and to the plain of the vineyards with a very great slaughter. Thus the children of Ammon were subdued before the children of Israel. And Jephthah came to Mizpah to his house, and behold, his daughter came out to meet him with timbrels and with dances. And she was his only child beside her. He had neither son nor daughter. And it happened when he saw her that he tore his clothes and said, "Alas, my daughter, you have brought me very low. And you are one of them that trouble me, for I have opened my mouth to the Lord, and I cannot go back." And she said to him, "My father, if you have opened your mouth to the Lord, do to me according to that which has proceeded out of your mouth. Since the Lord has taken vengeance for you of your enemies, even of the children of Ammon." And she said to her father, "Let this thing be done for me. Let me alone 2 months, that I may go up and down upon the mountains and mourn my virginity, I and my friends." And he said, "Go." And he sent her away for 2 months. And she went with her companions and mourned her virginity upon the mountains. And it happened at the end of 2 months that she returned to her father, who did with her according to his vow which he had vowed. And she knew no man, and it was a custom in Israel that the daughters of Israel went yearly to mourn the daughter of Jephthah, the Gileadite, 4 days in a year. And the men of Ephraim gathered themselves together and went northward and said to Jephthah, "Why did you pass over to fight against the children of Ammon, and did not call us to go with you? We will burn your house upon you with fire." And Jephthah said to them, "I and my people were at great strife with the children of Ammon. And when I called you, you delivered me not out of their hands. And when I saw that you delivered me not, I put my life in my hands and passed over against the children of Ammon. And the Lord delivered them into my hand. Why then are you come up to me this day to fight against me?" Then Jephthah gathered together all the men of Gilead and fought with Ephraim. And the men of Gilead struck Ephraim, because they said, "You Gileadites are fugitives of Ephraim among the Ephraimites and among the Manassites." And And the Gileadites took the passages of Jordan before the Ephraimites. And it was so that when those Ephraimites which were escaped said, "Let me go over," that the men of Gilead said to him, "Are you an Ephraimite?" If he said, "No," then said they to him, "Say now Shibboleth." And he said Sibboleth, for he could not frame to pronounce it right. Then they took him and killed him at the passages of Jordan. And there fell at that time of the Ephraimites 42,000. And Jephthah judged Israel 6 years. Then died Jephthah the Gileadite, and was buried in one of the cities of Gilead. And after him, Ibzan of Bethlehem judged Israel. And he had 30 sons and 30 daughters, whom he sent abroad, and took in 30 daughters from abroad for his sons. And he judged Israel 7 years. Then died Ibzan and was buried at Bethlehem. And after him, Elon a Zebulunite judged Israel. And he judged Israel 10 years. And Elon the Zebulunite died and was buried in Aijalon, in the country of Zebulun. And after him, Abdon the son of Hillel, a Pirathonite, judged Israel. And he had 40 sons and 30 nephews that rode on 70 donkey colts. And he judged Israel 8 years. And Abdon the son of Hillel, the Pirathonite, died and was buried in Pirathon, in the land of Ephraim, in the mount of the Amalekites. And the children of Israel did evil again in the sight of the Lord. And the Lord delivered them into the hand of the Philistines 40 years. And there was a certain man of Zorah, of the family of the Danites, whose name was Manoah, and his wife was barren and bore not. And the angel of the Lord appeared to the woman and said to her, "Behold, now you are barren and bear not, but you shall conceive and bear a son. Now therefore beware, I pray you, and drink not wine nor strong drink, and eat not any unclean thing. For lo, you shall conceive and bear a son, and no razor shall come on his head. For the child shall be a Nazarite to God from the womb, and he shall begin to deliver Israel out of the hand of the Philistines." Then the woman came and told her husband, saying, "A man of God came to me, and his countenance was like the countenance of an angel of God, very terrible. But I asked him not where he was from, neither told he me his name. But he said to me, Behold, you shall conceive and bear a son, and now drink no wine nor strong drink, neither eat from the womb to the day of his death. Then Manoah entreated the Lord and said, "O my Lord, let the man of God whom you did send come again to us and teach us what we shall do to the child that shall be born." And God listened to the voice of Manoah, and the angel of God came again to the woman as she sat in the field, but Manoah, her husband, was not with her. And the woman made haste and ran and showed her husband and said to him, "Behold, the man has appeared to me that came to me the other day." And Manoah arose and went after his wife and came to the man and said to him, "Are you the man that spoke to the woman?" And he said, "I am." And Manoah said, "Now let your words come to pass. How shall we order the child, and how shall we do to him?" And the angel of the Lord said to Manoah, "Of all that I said to the woman, let her beware. She may not eat of anything that comes of the vine, neither let her drink wine or strong drink, nor eat any unclean thing. All that I commanded her, let her observe." And Manoah said to the angel of the Lord, "I pray you, let us detain you until we shall have made ready a kid for you." And the angel of the Lord said to Manoah, "Though you detain me, I will not eat of your bread. And if you will offer a burnt offering, you must offer it to the Lord." For Manoah knew not that he was an angel of the Lord. And Manoah said to the angel of the Lord, "What is your name, that when your sayings come to pass, we may do you honor?" And the angel of the Lord said to him, "Why ask you thus after my name, seeing it is wonderful?" So Manoah took a kid with a meat offering and offered it upon a rock to the Lord. And the angel did wondrously, and Manoah and his wife looked on. For it came to pass, when the flame went up toward heaven from off the altar, that the angel of the Lord ascended in the flame of the altar. And Manoah and his wife looked on it, and fell on their faces to the ground. But the angel of the Lord did no more appear to Manoah and to his wife. Then Manoah knew that he was an angel of the Lord. And Manoah said to his wife, "We shall surely die, because we have seen God." But his wife said to him, "If the Lord were pleased to kill us, he would not have received a burnt offering and a meat offering at our hands. Neither would he have showed us all these things, nor would, as at this time, have told us such things as these." And the woman bore a son, and called his name Samson. And the child grew, and the Lord blessed him. And the Spirit of the Lord began to move him at times in the camp of Dan, between Zorah and Eshtaol. And Samson went down to Timnath and saw a woman in Timnath of the daughters of the Philistines. And he came up and told his father and his mother, and said, I have seen a woman in Timnath of the daughters of the Philistines. Now therefore get her for me to be my wife. Then his father and his mother said to him, Is there never a woman among the daughters of your brothers, or among all my people, that you go to take a wife of the uncircumcised Philistines? And Samson said to his father, Get her for me, for she pleases me well. But his father and his mother knew not that it was of the Lord that he sought an occasion against the Philistines. For at that time the Philistines had dominion over Israel. Then went Samson down and his father and his mother to Timnath, and came to the vineyards of Timnath. And behold, a young lion roared against him. And the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him, and he tore him as he would have tore a kid. And he had nothing in his hand, but he told not his father or his mother what he had done. And he went down and talked with the woman, and she pleased Samson well. And after a time he returned to take her, and he turned aside to see the carcass of the lion. And behold, there was a swarm of bees and honey in the carcass of the lion. And he took of it in his hands, and went on eating, and came to his father and mother, and he gave them, and they did eat. But he told not them that he had taken the honey out of the carcass of the lion. So his father went down to the woman, and Samson made there a feast, for so used the young men to do. And it happened when they saw him that they brought 30 companions to be with him. And Samson said to them, I will now put forth a riddle to you. If you can certainly declare it to me within the 7 days of the feast, and find it out, then I will give you 30 sheets and 30 change of garments. But if you cannot declare it to me, then shall you give me 30 sheets and 30 change of garments? And they said to him, Put forth your riddle, that we may hear it. And he said to them, Out of the eater came forth food, and out of the strong came forth sweetness. And they could not in 3 days expound the riddle. And it came to pass on the 7th day that they said to Samson's wife, Entice your husband, that he may declare to us the riddle, lest we burn you and your father's house with fire. Have you called us to take that which we have? Is it not so? And Samson's wife wept before him, and said, You do but hate me and love me not. You have put forth the riddle to the children of my people, and have not told it me. And he said to her, Behold, I have not told it my father nor my mother, and shall I tell it you? And she wept before him the 7 days while their feast lasted. And it came to pass on the 7th day that he told her because she lay sore upon him. And she told the riddle to the children of her people. And the men of the city said to him on the seventh day before the sun went down, "What is sweeter than honey? And what is stronger than a lion?" And he said to them, "If you had not plowed with my heifer, you had not found out my riddle." And the Spirit of the Lord came upon him, and he went down to Ashkelon and killed 30 men of them, and took their spoil, and gave change of garments to them, which expounded the riddle. And his anger was kindled, and he went up to his father's house. But Samson's wife was given to his companion, whom he had used as his friend. But it came to pass within a while after, in the time of wheat harvest, that Samson visited his wife with a kid. And he said, "I will go into my wife into the chamber." But her father would not suffer him to go in. And her father said, "I verily thought that you had utterly hated her. Therefore I gave her to your companion. Is not her younger sister fairer than she? Take her, I pray you, instead of her." And Samson said concerning them, "Now shall I be more blameless than the Philistines, though I do them a displeasure?" And Samson went and caught 300 foxes, and took firebrands, and turned tail to tail, and put a firebrand in the midst between two tails. And when he had set the brands on fire, he let them go into the standing corn of the Philistines, and burnt up both the shocks and also the standing corn with the vineyards and olives. Then the Philistines said, "Who has done this?" And they answered, "Samson, the son-in-law of the Timnite, because he had taken his wife and given her to his companion." And the Philistines came up and burned her and her father with fire. And Samson said to them, "Though you have done this, yet will I be avenged of you, and after that I will cease." And he struck them hip and thigh with a great slaughter. And he went down and lived in the top of the rock Edom. And the Philistines went up and pitched in Judah, and spread themselves in Lehi. And the men of Judah said, "Why are you come up against us?" And they answered, "To bind Samson are we come up to do to him as he has done to us." Then 3,000 men of Judah went to the top of the rock Etam, and said to Samson, "Know you not that the Philistines are rulers over us? What is this that you have done to us?" And he said to them, "As they did to me, so have I done to them." And they said to him, "We are come down to bind you, that we may deliver you into the hand of the Philistines." And Samson said to them, Swear to me that you will not fall upon me yourselves. And they spoke to him, saying, No, but we will bind you fast and deliver you into their hand. But surely we will not kill you. And they bound him with 2 new cords and brought him up from the rock. And when he came to Lehi, the Philistines shouted against him, and the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him, and the cords that were upon his arms became as flax that was burnt with fire, and his bands loosed from off his hands. And he found a fresh jawbone of a donkey, and put forth his hand and took it, and killed 1,000 men with it. And Samson said, With the jawbone of a donkey, heaps upon heaps, with the jaw of a donkey, have I killed 1,000 men. And it came to pass, when he had made an end of speaking, that he cast away the jawbone out of his hand, and called that place Ramath-lehi. And he was very thirsty, and called on the Lord, and said, You have given this great deliverance into the hand of your servant. And now shall I die for thirst, and fall into the hand of the uncircumcised. But God split a hollow place that was in the jaw, and there came water out of it. And when he had drunk, his spirit came again, and he revived. Therefore he called the name of it En-Hakkore, which is in Lehi to this day. And he judged Israel in the days of the Philistines 20 years. Then went Samson to Gaza, and saw there a prostitute, and went into her. And it was told the Gazites, saying, Samson is come here. And they surrounded him, and laid wait for him all night in the gate of the city, and were quiet all the night, saying, In the morning, when it is day, we shall kill him. And Samson lay till midnight, and arose at midnight, and took the doors of the gate of the city, and the 2 posts, and went away with them bar. And all and put them upon his shoulders, and carried them up to the top of a hill that is before Hebron. And it happened afterward that he loved a woman in the valley of Sorek, whose name was Delilah. And the lords of the Philistines came up to her, and said to her, Entice him, and see where his great strength lies, and by what means we may prevail against him, that we may bind him to afflict him. And we will give you every one of us 1,100 pieces of silver. And Delilah said to Samson, Tell me, I pray you, where your great strength lies, and with what you might be bound to afflict you. And Samson said to her, If they bind me with 7 green twigs that were never dried, then shall I be weak and be as another man. Then the lords of the Philistines brought up to her 7 green twigs which had not been dried, and she bound them with them. Now there were men lying in wait, staying with her in the chamber. And she said to him, The Philistines be upon you, Samson. And he broke the twigs as a thread of tow is broken when it touches the fire. So his strength was not known. And Delilah said to Samson, "Behold, you have mocked me and told me lies. Now tell me, I pray you, with what you might be bound." And he said to her, "If they bind me fast with new ropes that never were used, then shall I be weak and be as another man." Delilah therefore took new ropes and bound him with them, and said to him, "The Philistines be upon you, Samson." And there were men lying in wait, staying in the chamber. And he broke them from off his arms like a thread. And Delilah said to Samson, "Until now you have mocked me and told me lies. Tell me with what you might be bound." And he said to her, "If you weave the 7 locks of my head with the web." And she fastened it with the pin and said to him, "The Philistines be upon you, Samson." And he awaked out of his sleep and went away with the pin of the beam and with the web. And she said to him, "How can you say I love you when your heart is not with me? You have mocked me these 3 times and have not told me where your great strength lies." And it came to pass when she pressed him daily with her words and urged him so, that his soul was vexed to death, that he told her all his heart and said to her, "There has not come a razor upon my head, for I have been a Nazarite to God from my mother's womb. If I be shaven, then my strength will go from me, and I shall become weak and be like any other man." And when Delilah saw that he had told her all his heart, she sent and called for the lords of the Philistines, saying, "Come up this once, for he has showed me all his heart." Then the lords of the Philistines came up to her and brought money in their hand. And she made him sleep upon her knees, and she called for a man, and she caused him to shave off the 7 locks of his head. And she began to afflict him, and his strength went from him. And she said, "The Philistines be upon you, Samson." And he awoke out of his sleep and said, "I will go out as at other times before and shake myself." And he knew not that the Lord was departed from him. But the Philistines took him and put out his eyes and brought him down to Gaza and bound him with fetters of brass. And he did grind in the prison house. However, the hair of his head began to grow again after he was shaven. Then the lords of the Philistines gathered together to offer a great sacrifice to Dagon their god and to rejoice, for they said, our God has delivered Samson our enemy into our hand. And when the people saw him, they praised their God, for they said, our God has delivered into our hands our enemy, and the destroyer of our country, who killed many of us. And it happened when their hearts were merry that they said, call for Samson that he may perform for us. And they called for Samson out of the prison house, and he performed before them. And they set him between the pillars. And Samson said to the young man that held him by the hand, allow me to feel the pillars on which the house stands, that I may lean upon them. Now the house was full of men and women, and all the lords of the Philistines were there. And there were upon the roof about 3,000 men and women, who watched while Samson performed. And Samson called to the Lord and said, O Lord God, remember me, I pray you, and strengthen me. I pray you only this once, O God, that I may be at once avenged of the Philistines for my 2 eyes. And Samson took hold of the 2 middle pillars upon which the house stood, and on which it was supported, the one with his right hand, and the other with his left. And Samson said, let me die with the Philistines. And he bowed himself with all his might, and the house fell upon the lords and upon all the people that were in it. So the dead which he killed at his death were more than they which he killed in his life. Then his brothers and all the house of his father came down and took him and brought him up and buried him between Zorah and Eshtaol, in the burying place of Manoah his father. And he judged Israel 20 years. And there was a man of Mount Ephraim, whose name was Micah. And he said to his mother, the 1,100 pieces of silver that were taken from you, about which you cursed and spoke of also in my ears, behold, the silver is with me, I took it. And his mother said, blessed be you of the Lord, my son. And when he had restored the 1,100 pieces of silver to his mother, his mother said, I had wholly dedicated the silver to the Lord from my hand, for my son, to make a carved image and a molded image. Now therefore I will restore it to you. Yet he restored the money to his mother, and his mother took 200 pieces of silver and gave them to the founder, who made a carved image and a molded image of it. And they were in the house of Micah. And the man Micah had a house of gods, and made an ephod and teraphim, and consecrated one of his sons, who became his priest. In those days there was no king in Israel, but every man did that which was right in his own eyes. And There was a young man out of Bethlehem, Judah, of the family of Judah, who was a Levite, and he stayed there. And the man departed out of the city from Bethlehem, Judah, to stay where he could find a place. And he came to Mount Ephraim, to the house of Micah, as he journeyed. And Micah said to him, "Where do you come from?" And he said to him, "I am a Levite of Bethlehem, Judah, and I go to stay where I may find a place." And Micah said to him, "Dwell with me, and be to me a father and a priest. And I will give you 10 pieces of silver by the year, and a suit of apparel, and your food." So the Levite went in. And the Levite was content to dwell with the man, and the young man was to him as one of his sons. And Micah consecrated the Levite, and the young man became his priest, and was in the house of Micah. Then said Micah, "Now know I that the Lord will do me good, seeing I have a Levite to my priest." In those days there was no king in Israel, and in those days the tribe of the Danites sought them an inheritance to dwell in, for to that day all their inheritance had not fallen to them among the tribes of Israel. And the children of Dan sent of their family 5 men from their coasts, men of valor from Zorah and from Eshtal, to spy out the land and to search it. And they said to them, "Go search the land." Who, when they came to Mount Ephraim, to the house of Micah, they stayed there. When they were by the house of Micah, they knew the voice of the young man the Levite, and they turned in there and said to him, "Who brought you here? And what are you in this place? And what have you here?" And he said to them, "Thus and thus has Micah dealt with me, and has hired me, and I am his priest." And they said to him, "Ask counsel, we pray you, of God, that we may know whether our way which we go shall be prosperous." And the priest said to them, "Go in peace before the Lord is your way in which you go." Then the 5 men departed and came to Laish, and saw the people that were there, how they lived careless after the way of the Zidonians, quiet and secure. And there was no magistrate in the land that might put them to shame in anything, and they were far from the Zidonians, and had no dealings with any man. And they came to their brothers, to Zorah and Eshtal, and their brothers said to them, "What say you?" And they said, "Arise, that we may go up against them, for we have seen the land, and behold, it is very good. And are you still? Do not be lazy to go, and to enter to possess the land. When you go, you shall come to a people secure, and to a large land, for God has given it into your hands, a place where there is no want of anything that is in the earth." went from there, of the family of the Danites, out of Zorah and out of Eshtaol, 600 men appointed with weapons of war. And they went up and pitched in Kiriath Jearim in Judah. Therefore they called that place Mahanadan to this day. Behold, it is behind Kiriath Jearim. And they passed from there to Mount Ephraim, and came to the house of Micah. Then answered the 5 men that went to spy out the country of Laish, and said to their brothers, Do you know that there is in these houses an ephod and teraphim, and a carved image and a molded image? Now therefore, consider what you have to do. And they turned there and came to the house of the young man, the Levite, even to the house of Micah, and greeted him. And the 600 men appointed with their weapons of war, which were of the children of Dan, stood by the entering of the gate. And the 5 men that went to spy out the land went up and came in there, and took the carved image, and the ephod, and the teraphim, and the molded image. And the priest stood in the entering of the gate with the 600 men that were appointed with weapons of war. And these went into Micah's house and fetched the carved image, the ephod, and the teraphim, and the molded image. Then said the priest to them, What are you? And they said to him, Hold your peace, lay your hand upon your mouth, and go with us and be to us a father. And a priest, is it better for you to be a priest to the house of one man, or that you be a priest to a tribe and a family in Israel? And the priest's heart was glad, and he took the ephod and the teraphim and the carved image, and went in the midst of the people. So they turned and departed, and put the little ones and the cattle and the goods before them. And when they were a good way from the house of Micah, the men that were in the houses near to Micah's house were gathered together, and overtook the children of Dan. And they cried to the children of Dan, and they turned their faces and said to Micah, What troubles you, that you come with such a company? And he said, You have taken away my gods which I made, and the priest and you are gone away. And what have I more, and what is this that you say to me? What troubles you? And the children of Dan said to him, Let not your voice be heard among us, in case angry fellows come upon you, and you lose your life with the lives of your household. And the children of Dan went their way. And when Micah saw that they were too strong for him, he turned and went back to his house. And they took the things which Micah had made, and the priest which he had, and came to Laish to a people that were at quiet and secure. And they struck them with the edge of the sword, and burnt the city with fire. And there was no deliverer, because it was far from Zidon, and they had no business with any man. And it was in the valley that lies by Beth-rehob, and they built a city and lived in it. And they called the name of the city Dan, after the name of Dan, their father, who was born to Israel. However, the name of the city was Laish at the first. And the children of Dan set up the carved image, and Jonathan, the son of Gershom, the son of Manasseh, he and his sons were priests to the tribe of Dan, until the day of the captivity of the land. And they set them up Micah's carved image, which he made all the time that the house of God was in Shiloh. And it happened in those days when there was no king in Israel, that there was a certain Levite living on the side of Mount Ephraim, who took to him a concubine out of Bethlehem, Judah. And his concubine played the harlot against him, and went away from him to her father's house, to Bethlehem, Judah, and was there 4 whole months. And her husband arose and went after her, to speak kindly to her, and to bring her again, having a servant with him, and a couple of donkeys. And she brought him into her father's house. And when the father of the young woman saw him, he rejoiced to meet him. And his father-in-law, the young woman's father, retained him. And he stayed with him 3 days. So they did eat and drink and stayed there. And it happened on the 4th day, when they arose early in the morning, that he rose up to depart. And the young woman's father said to his son-in-law, "Comfort your heart with a morsel of bread, and afterward go your way." And they sat down and did eat and drink, both of them together, for the young woman's father had said to the man, "Be content, please, and stay all night, and let your heart be merry." And when the man rose up to depart, his father-in-law urged him. Therefore he stayed there again. And he arose early in the morning on the 5th day to depart. And the young woman's father said, "Comfort your heart, please." And they stayed until afternoon, and they did eat, both of them. And when the man rose up to depart, he and his concubine, and his servant, his father-in-law, the young woman's father said to him, "Behold, now the day draws toward evening. Please stay all night. Behold, the day grows to an end. Stay here, that your heart may be merry. And tomorrow go early on your way, that you may go home." But the man would not stay that night, but he rose up and departed, and came over against Jebus, which is Jerusalem. And there were with him 2 donkeys, saddled his concubine also was with him. And when they were near Jebus, the day was far spent, and the servant said to his master, "Come, I pray you, and let us turn into this city of the Jebusites and lodge in it." And his master said to him, "We will not turn aside here into the city of a stranger that is not of the children of Israel. We will pass over to Gibeah." And he said to his servant, "Come, and let us draw near to one of these places to lodge all night in Gibeah or in Ramah." And they passed on and went their way, and the sun went down upon them when they were by Gibeah, which belongs to Benjamin. And they turned aside there to go in and to lodge in Gibeah. And when he went in, he sat down in a street of the city, for there was no man that took them into his house to lodging. And behold, there came an old man from his work out of the field that evening, which was also of Mount Ephraim, and he lived in Gibeah. But the men of the place were Benjamites. And when he had lifted up his eyes, he saw a wayfaring man in the street of the city. And the old man said, "Where do you go? And from where do you come?" And he said to him, "We are passing from Bethlehem, Judah, toward the side of Mount Ephraim. From there am I. And I went to Bethlehem, Judah, but I am now going to the house of the Lord, and there is no man that receives me to house. Yet there is both straw and fodder for our donkeys, and there is bread and wine also for me and for your handmaid, and for the young man which is with your servants. There is no lack of anything." And the old man said, "Peace be with you, however, let all your wants lie upon me, only lodge not in the street." So he brought him into his house, and gave food to the donkeys, and they washed their feet, and did eat and drink. Now as they were making their hearts merry, behold, the men of the city, certain wicked men, surrounded the house, and beat at the door, and spoke to the master of the house, the old man, saying, "Bring forth the man that came into your house, that we may have relations with him." And the man, the master of the house, went out to them and said to them, "No, my brothers, please do not act so wickedly, seeing that this man is come into my house. Do not do this shameful thing. Behold, here is my daughter, a virgin, and his concubine. I will bring them out now and humble you them, and do with them what seems good to you. But to this man do not so vile a thing." But the men would not listen to him, so the man took his concubine and brought her forth to them, and they had relations with her and abused her all the night until the morning. And when the day began to spring, they let her go. Then came the woman in the dawning of the day, and fell down at the door of the man's house where her lord was, until it was light. And her lord rose up in the morning and opened the doors of the house, and went out to go his way. And behold, the woman, his concubine, was fallen down at the door of the house, and her hands were upon the threshold. And he said to her, "Rise, and let us be going," but none answered. Then the man took her up upon a donkey, and the man rose up and went to his place. And when he was coming to his house, he took a knife and laid hold on his concubine, and divided her together with her bones into 12 pieces, and sent her into all the coasts of Israel. And it was so that all that saw it said, there was no such deed done nor seen from the day that the children of Israel came up out of the land of Egypt to this day. Consider it, take advice, and speak your minds. Then all the children of Israel went out, and the congregation was gathered together as one man from Dan even to Beersheba, with the land of Gilead, to the Lord in Mizpeh. And the chief of all the people, even of all the tribes of Israel, presented themselves in the assembly of the people of God, 400,000 footmen that drew sword. Now the children of Benjamin heard that the children of Israel were gone up to Mizpeh. Then said the children of Israel, "Tell us, how was this wickedness?" And the Levite, the husband of the woman that was slain, answered and said, "I came into Gibeah that belongs to Benjamin, I and my concubine to lodge. And the men of Gibeah rose against me, and surrounded the house round about me by night, and thought to have slain me. And my concubine have they forced that she is dead. And I took my concubine and cut her in pieces, and sent her throughout all the country of the inheritance of Israel. For they have committed lewdness and folly in Israel. Behold, you are all children of Israel. Give here your advice and counsel." And all the people arose as one man, saying, "We will not any of us go to his tent, neither will we any of us turn into his house. But now this shall be the thing which we will do to Gibeah. We will go up by lot against it, and we will take 10 men of 100 throughout all the tribes of Israel, and 100 of 1,000, and 1,000 out of 10,000, to fetch food for the people, that they may do when they come to Gibeah of Benjamin, according to all the folly that they have done in Israel." So all the men of Israel were gathered against the city, joined together as one man. And the tribes of Israel sent men through all the tribe of Benjamin, saying, "What wickedness is this that is done among you? Now therefore deliver us, the men, the children of Belial, which are in Gibeah, that we may put them to death and put away evil from Israel." But the children of Benjamin would not listen to the voice of their brothers, the children of Israel. But the children of Benjamin gathered themselves together out of the cities to Gibeah, to go out to battle against the children of Israel. And the children of Benjamin were numbered at that time out of the cities 26,000 men that drew sword, beside the inhabitants of Gibeah, which were numbered 700 chosen men. Among all this people there were 700 chosen men, left-handed, every one could sling stones at an hairbreadth and not miss. And the men of Israel beside Benjamin were numbered 400,000 men that drew sword. All these were men of war. And the children of Israel arose and went up to the house of God and asked counsel of God and said, "Which of us shall go up first to the battle against the children of Benjamin?" And the Lord said, "Judah shall go up first." And the children of Israel rose up in the morning and encamped against Gibeah. And the men of Israel went out to battle against Benjamin. And the men of Israel put themselves in array to fight against them at Gibeah. And the children of Benjamin came forth out of Gibeah and destroyed down to the ground of the Israelites that day 22,000 men. And the people, the men of Israel, encouraged themselves and set their battle again in array in the place where they put themselves in array the first day. And the children of Israel went up and wept before the Lord until evening, and asked counsel of the Lord, saying, "Shall I go up again to battle against the children of Benjamin, my brother?" And the Lord said, "Go up against him." And the children of Israel came near against the children of Benjamin the second day. And Benjamin went forth against them out of Gibeah the second day, and destroyed down to the ground of the children of Israel 18,000 men again. All these drew the sword. Then all the children of Israel and all the people went up and came to the house of God and wept, and sat there before the Lord, and fasted that day until evening, and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings before the Lord. And the children of Israel inquired of the Lord, for the ark of the covenant of God was there in those days. And Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, stood before it in those days, saying, Shall I yet again go out to battle against the children of Benjamin, my brother? Or shall I cease? And the Lord said, Go up, for tomorrow I will deliver them into your hand. And Israel set men in ambush round about Gibeah. And the children of Israel went up against the children of Benjamin on the third day, and put themselves in array against Gibeah, as at other times. And the children of Benjamin went out against the people, and were drawn away from the city. And they began to strike of the people, and kill, as at other times, in the highways, of which one goes up to the house of God, and the other to Gibeah in the field, about 30 men of Israel. And the children of Benjamin said, They are struck down before us as at the first. But the children of Israel said, Let us flee, and draw them from the city to the highways. And all the men of Israel rose up out of their place, and put themselves in array at Baal-tamar. And the men in ambush of Israel came forth out of their places, even out of the meadows of Gibeah. And there came against Gibeah 10,000 chosen men out of all Israel, and the battle was sore. But they knew not that evil was near them. And the Lord struck Benjamin before Israel, and the children of Israel destroyed of the Benjamites that day 25,000, and 100 men. All these drew the sword. So the children of Benjamin saw that they were struck down, for the men of Israel gave place to the Benjamites, because they trusted the men in ambush whom they had set beside Gibeah. And the men in ambush hurried and rushed upon Gibeah. And the men in ambush moved along, and struck all the city with the edge of the sword. Now there was an appointed signal between the men of Israel and the men in ambush, that they should make a great cloud of smoke rise up out of the city. And when the men of Israel retired in the battle, Benjamin began to strike and kill of the men of Israel about 30 persons, for they said, Surely they are struck down before us, as in the first battle. But when the flame began to rise up out of the city with a pillar of smoke, the Benjamites looked behind them, and behold, the flame of the city ascended up to heaven. And when the men of Israel turned again, the men of Benjamin were amazed, for they saw that evil was come upon them. Therefore they turned their backs before the men of Israel toward the way of the wilderness. But the battle overtook them, and those who came out of the cities they destroyed in the midst of them. Thus they enclosed the Benjamites round about, and chased them and trod them down with ease over against Gibeah toward the sun rising. And there fell of Benjamin 18,000 men, all these were men of valor. And And they turned and fled toward the wilderness to the rock of Rimmon. And they gleaned of them in the highways 5,000 men, and pursued hard after them to get 'em, and killed 2,000 men of them. So that all who fell that day of Benjamin were 20, and 5,000 men that drew the sword. All these were men of valor. But 600 men turned and fled to the wilderness, to the rock Rimmon, and stayed in the rock Rimmon 4 months. And the men of Israel turned again upon the children of Benjamin, and struck them with the edge of the sword. As well the men of every city as the beast, and all that came to hand also they set on fire, all the cities that they came to. Now the men of Israel had sworn in Mizpeh, saying, There shall not any of us give his daughter to Benjamin for a wife. And the people came to the house of God, and stayed there till evening before God, and lifted up their voices, and wept bitterly, and said, O Lord God of Israel, why is this come to pass in Israel, that there should be today one tribe lacking in Israel? And it happened on the next day that the people rose early and built there an altar, and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings. And the children of Israel said, Who is there among all the tribes of Israel that came not up with the congregation to the Lord? For they had made a great oath concerning him, but came not up to the Lord to Mizpeh, saying, He shall surely be put to death. And the children of Israel repented for Benjamin their brother, and said, There is one tribe cut off from Israel this day. How shall we do for wives for them that remain, seeing we have sworn by the Lord that we will not give them of our daughters for wives? And they said, What one is there of the tribes of Israel that came not up to Mizpeh to the Lord? And behold, there came none to the camp from Jabesh Gilead to the assembly. For the people were numbered, and behold, there were none of the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead there. And the congregation sent there 12,000 men of the most valiant, and commanded them, saying, Go and strike the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead with the edge of the sword, with the women and the children. And this is the thing that you shall do: you shall utterly destroy every male and every woman that is lain by man. And they found among the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead 400 young virgins that had known no man by lying with any male. And they brought them to the camp to Shiloh, which is in the land of Canaan. And the whole congregation sent some to speak to the children of Benjamin that were in the rock Rimmon, and to call peaceably to them. And Benjamin came again at that time, and they gave them wives which they had saved alive of the women of Jabesh Gilead, and yet so they sufficed them not. And the people repented for Benjamin, because the Lord had made a breach in the tribes of Israel. Then the elders of the congregation said, "How shall we do for wives for them that remain, seeing the women are destroyed out of Benjamin?" And they said, "There must be an inheritance for them that be escaped of Benjamin, that a tribe be not destroyed out of Israel. However, we may not give them wives of our daughters, for the children of Israel have sworn, saying, Cursed be he that gives a wife to Benjamin." And they said, "Behold, there is a feast of the Lord in Shiloh yearly, in a place which is on the north side of Bethel, on the east side of the highway that goes up from Bethel to Shechem, and on the south of Lebonah." Therefore they commanded the children of Benjamin, saying, "Go and lie in wait in the vineyards, and see and behold, if the daughters of Shiloh come out to dance in dances, then come you out of the vineyards, and catch you every man his wife of the daughters of Shiloh, and go to the land of Benjamin. And it shall be, when their fathers or their brothers come to us to complain, that we will say to them, Be favorable to them for our sakes, because we reserved not to each man his wife in the war. For you did not give to them at this time, that you should be guilty." And the children of Benjamin did so, and took them wives according to their number of them that danced, whom they caught. And they went and returned to their inheritance, and repaired the cities, and lived in them. And the children of Israel departed from there at that time, every man to his tribe and to his family. And they went out from there, every man to his inheritance. In those days there was no king in Israel. Every man did that which was right in his own eyes.